Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you all had an amazing weekend. Ours was awesome and absolutely crazy. If you saw some of the posts that Zoe Mace, the amazing young woman that's doing our social media, put out yesterday actually, man, we had 2 baseball games. We had, 4 7-on-7 football games. We had 7 volleyball games, a track meet, and an all-day dance competition. So it was intense, and we were spread out all over the Treasure Valley here in Boise. But it was beautiful. Love being able to see my kids do their things and being able to support them and watch them. Even had time to go on some walks with my wife while we're at events and have some one-on-one time. Even though we're traveling, we're all over the place, we still found time to do that. And then last night, the weekend culminated by the whole family sitting by the fire pit and just talking. Right. I love being outside by the fire because no one has their phones and we just talk and we eat and we connect, and it's just getting smoke in our eyes and laughing, and it's pretty special. So we had an awesome weekend. I hope you all were able to do the same. This past week, a good friend of ours turned my wife onto this podcast by Sean Ryan. And Sean Ryan has had a guest named Gary Brecka. We're going to put the podcast into onto the standards so you guys can access this. And now I've been listening to this podcast, and it's just about really like biohacking our life, about as far as what we're putting in our body and how we can improve the way we wake up and the way we function and everything like that. And I don't know, I'm blown away. I'm blown away by it, and the stuff that you're reading and the stuff that we're putting into our bodies and just making us feel like crap and becoming sicker or whatever it is. So we're going to post it. I would encourage you all to listen to it. It's a really long, it's a long podcast. It's over 3 hours, almost 3.5 hours long. But I found a ton of value in it. I'm still not all the way through it. I'm just listening to it on the car ride or when I'm walking or whatever it is. But it's pretty powerful stuff of just knowledge. And so obviously take it for what you want, but we'll put it on there because I found a lot of value in it, and I want to share that with you all. Today, I want to revisit, or for these 2 weeks, I want to revisit a topic that we've talked about forever. And it's just this aspect of ownership, right? When we look at our life, when we look at our day, every one of us is either in conflict, coming out of conflict, or about to go into it. And so that conflict, that stimulus, that issue, that change, that challenge, that opportunity, it's happening all the time. And when it hits, we have a choice. You can either go to the left and give an excuse, or you can go to the right and figure it out. And I'm not just saying this to you, but it's to my wife and I and my family. We have a lot of big decisions coming up when it comes to my oldest daughter and dance and what we're looking to try to do with baseball, with track, and all of these things that we're trying to lead. And it can be very easy for us just to sit back and feel like, well, we don't have any control, we don't have any power, we don't have anything. And once we do that, we start giving ourselves an excuse and we go to the left. And when we go to the left, we don't have a shot. Right? Now sometimes we can start down the left, but then we have to eventually figure it out, right? We have to get to the right. We have to get into movement. Many of us on the standard right now, we're dealing with maybe downsizing. We're dealing with employees leaving. We're dealing with a difficult boss. We're dealing with a difficult client, the economy, tariffs. There's all kinds of things that are going on out there that are outside of our control, but we can choose how we respond to that. Right. And so really like that's freedom. It's choosing how you respond to what the world throws at you. And so these next 2 weeks is I want you to come into your groups with what challenge are you facing? Like really, what is it that you're facing? But not just with that. I also want you to come with 3 solutions. Right? What are 3 solutions that you can bring in order to try to tackle or address that situation? And then when you're with your group, I want you to find the one you're going to move with. Right? Because it won't stop. There's always going to be issues. There's always going to be problems. Our job is just to simply create better problems. But they're always going to be there. And so I want you coming in like, well, what are you facing? Like, what is it? What is the issue? But then also, what are 3 solutions? Not but what are 3 solutions that you can come up with that you can address them? And then your team will be able to help you come up with more or challenge those. But then when you get off your call these next 2 weeks, like what's the one? What's the one you're going to do and do consistently because you believe it's going to give you the best chance of addressing that situation. Okay, it might require you to seek advice even outside of your standard group, but really pour into this because this aspect, right, this characteristic of always looking to move to the right, of always figuring it out, of finding a move, like it's essential. And if we don't have it, then we're screwed. Okay, and so as I started this, right, like when we're faced with issues, I said that you had a choice, but you don't, right? You don't have a choice. You don't get to just give an excuse. You either figure it out or you don't. Okay? And so, as I said, these 2 weeks coming with your challenge, what are the 3 solutions that you can come up with to address this? Maybe it could be culturally, right? It could be some issue with production, with efficiency. It could be people problems. It could be all kinds of things. But what's the issue? What are your solutions? Your 3 ideas that you have. Pick the brain of the people of your team. And then when you get off of that call, what's the one move? What's the one move you're going to lead with? And then everybody within your group, you got to hold them accountable to it. So I don't feel like I need to talk about this forever because it is, or for a really long time, because it's something that I've talked about a lot, whether it's been through our main groups or on here. It's just something I want to revisit because in my conversations with you all, I know we're all dealing with some stuff, me included. And so I need to make sure what are my 3 solutions that I'm going to use to deal with our situation, and then what's my move. And I feel pretty strong on what my move is. Now it's just the timing of it. And when I get the timing, we're going to lead it and we'll get this thing figured out. So everyone, I appreciate you all. I really hope that you're taking some time and spending with your family and being present in those moments. Even if you're running around crazy like my wife and I were with our 3 kids this weekend, it was beautiful because I know one day we're going to miss that. Feeding your brain some real quality stuff. We'll put that podcast by Sean Ryan up on the site. And then whatever problem you are, like we got to figure it out. So love you all. Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.